Hello guys, and welcome back to a new video and to a new backtesting session. So we're gonna do a quick and informative backtesting session of my strategy, my scalping strategy, which is based on sweeping an old swing, right? Tapping into a previous zone, and then the reversal on the candles, right? The CSS confirmation. These are all based on DTFX concepts, so make sure to check his channel and study the materials there, right? So we're gonna try to take some quality setups with the trend, right? Continuation sweeps, right? And then confirmations on the lower time frame. We're gonna use the 1 minute as execution, sometimes the 2 or the 3 minute, but most of the times the 1 minute as higher time frame. We're gonna use the 15 and the 5 minute time frame, right? So let's just get into it. First of all, let's choose a random day from here. We're gonna get a date, right, between these two intervals, right? And it would be this one right here. So let's start the backtesting session. So first of all, let me give you a quick refresher about the model, right? So, and the model is basically something like this. So we have a swing point to the left, right? Price will create, in most times, will create a swing low, start trading higher, and then one more time sweeping that swing low and reversing right here. We need only wicks below this swing low, right? And the CSS confirmation needs to happen here. I'm gonna show you how that looks like later in the video, or you can check my previous videos, right? So this doesn't necessarily need to be here. Maybe just a quick or just a short move to the upside and then sweeping this and the continuation to the upside. So that's the continuation sweep. There's also something called the pullback sweep, which is basically something like this. So price will sweep something, right, from an old zone. So we have an old zone just like this, but it is a bear zone, right? So something, let's say, so yeah, something like this. So we sweep this high inside the zone, and then we pull back. This sweep is against the trend, and it is to facilitate the pullback, right? And this sweep right here is with the trend, right? So we're gonna try to focus on taking these setups right here, the continuation rather than the pullbacks, right? Quality continuation setups, and we're gonna try to target 1.5 R or 2 R based on what do we have, right? So let's get started. So this is the 1 minute time frame, and let's move on 10:30, right? All right, so 10:30 New York time. So we're gonna use, as I said, the 1 minute and the 15 minutes. So first of all, let's use the 15 minute and the 5 minute to determine what's going on the higher time frame, the direction, right? So it looks like that we have a market structure shift right here, as you can see, right? Let's go to the 1 hour maybe. Yeah, so here we go. We have a market structure shift. We return back into these zones right here, and now we are trading lower, right? But we are stuck between this high or this low and this high, so still the direction is not that obvious, right? Let's go back to the 15 minutes. See what's going on right here. We can see that we tapped into this zone right here, and we also swept these highs right here. So this is our model. working on the higher time frame. We're also going to use our model in the higher time frame to determine the direction of the market, right? So we have this, and we also have this, all right? So let me pull the model quick. So here we go. This is the model. We have a swing point. We have a low right here. We sweep that low with all the wicks, and then we need a price to close above the candle that swept these lows right here. And then we want the price to return back inside this range of the candle to take our entry. So we have the selling setup right here. We have the swing point. We swept a low or a high inside that swing point, close back inside the range. We have the CSS confirmation here, as you can see, and we return back inside this range. But this is the 15-minute. We're not going to use that to take our entry, right? And we still have some liquidity right here, right, on the downside. This smooth edges, right? So let's dig deeper on the 1 minute right here and see what's going on, right? So let's go to the 1 minute. We can see that. So here we have a body closure, right? On the 1 minute, we have body closure, and we don't want body closures. So let's see if we have. All right, so we do have a wick on the 3 minute time frame. If we go to the 2 minute, no, we don't have a wick on the 2 minute time frame. So we need only a wick, and then we're going to look for CSS confirmation, right, or candle structure shift of the candle that caused the sweep. So in this case, it would be this one right here. So let's say if price is going to return or close below it. All right, we do have a close below it. All right, so this could be a potential opportunity to go to the downside, right? And let's take our entry from the 30%. All right, here I usually take my entries from the 30%. This way I get a balance between not missing trades and also a good RR. So let's target this zone right here. This is a reasonable target, right? So let's say if price is going to tap us in, or it will just leave without us, right? All right, we are in the trade. As you can see, beautiful setup. The minute we logged into the chart, and guys, this doesn't happen all the time. It just happened to be here at 8:30 or 10:30. I usually wait for like 1 hour to get this clean setup. So it just happened to be here at 10:30. Textbook, right? So let's move on. I hope you guys understand the idea of the trading strategy. It's very simple. All you have to do is to refer back to this picture right here, right? And I have a lot of videos about this model. I have daily reviews. I have also backtesting sessions and the model or the video that explain this strategy in detail. So as you can see, always refer back to this. We're going to use it on the higher time frame and on the lower time frame, right? Now, let's say that price swept this low right here, right? Let's say that we have a sweep right here, only a wick. In this case, we have body closure, but Suppose that we have only a wick right here and the CSS confirmation just like happened here. Would you take this setup? Right? Would you take it? And also we are in a zone right here. Personally, I won't take this setup. Although the model or the pattern itself is present, but we are delivering from a higher time frame zone, from a higher time frame sweep. We have higher time frame targets right here. So basically you are trading against the higher time frame, right? And you are trading for the sake of the pattern rather than understanding the order flow. If this happened right here, I won't take it, although price might pull back maybe to here, but you will never know, right? So it's better to look for continuations with the higher time frame, right? So as you can see, this zone right here offered the pullback, right? And let's move on with price. Okay, so we met or we hit the first target. We have more targets below us, right? We have this one, and this one. So let's see if we can get a setup toward them. All right, so for example, this is beautiful, right? So as you can see here, we have a sweep, right? And we have all the wick. And also, we have the CSS confirmation. And we are also inside the zone, which is this one right here, or this bigger one. And we tapped into the 50% of it. But as you can see, the model failed right here. Not because the model, it doesn't work, although the model is not 100%, so you will take losses. But this is not part of the model, guys, because as I said, we are delivering from the higher time frame, right? The higher time frame doesn't agree with our idea of trading from here to the upside, right? So a lot of you guys, and I used to do that in the past, I used to go on the lower time frame. I look for the entry pattern, right? Whatever entry pattern you are using, whether it is this one or another entry pattern. So I used to go to the lower time frames, and once I find the entry model, once I find the pattern, I would go to the higher time frame and try to rationalize the trade idea there. I try to find something that supports that pattern on the lower time frame, and believe me, you will always find something. You will always find, if you found that a bearish pattern on the lower time frame, you will always find a bearish sign on the higher time frame, and you will always find a bullish sign if you found something bullish on the lower time frame. So don't go from lower time frame to higher time frame, go from higher time frame to lower time frame, right? Study the higher time frame, see which direction it will deliver to, whether it is to the upside or the downside, right? And then go look for the pattern in the lower time frame, right? I would like to see this high right here gets taken. Okay. We want to see a body closure. This is only a wick. Alright, so this is not valid anymore. Alright, so let's go to, I totally forget that we are on the 1 minute or the 3 minutes. So on the 1 minute, we don't have wicks, as you can see. This is a body closure. Let's go to the 5 minute. Alright, on the 5 minute, we have something to work with. So we have This is the candle that caused the sweep. I usually don't take my entries from the 5-minute, but let's study price once price hits this range, right? So as you can see, we topped and we liquidated all these lows right here by simply following the higher time frame. So as you can see, that sweep that we took our entry from, it delivered way more RR, right? But be content with enough. Let's go back to the 1-minute. We had a nice sweep right here. It looks like that we missed that, which is this one. Yeah, we missed that, right? Unfortunately, we have this zone right here, right? Sweep inside it, 100% mitigation, and then this would be the candle. We closed below it right here. Price stopped into the 30%, right? Just like this one, as you can see. So this was a missed setup. That's all right. Let's keep moving. If price hits a zone to the left, right, and we have this move to the upside, don't assume that this is going to be the reversal to the upside, right? Because the reversal to the upside is usually very convincing. This is not convincing. You will see something, you will see displacement to the upside and breaking all of these zones. Not just breaking a zone and then rejecting from the next zone above it. No, you're going to see something very convincing, all right? So don't be the first buyer and follow the current trend. It looks like we have something interesting right here. So we have a sweep right here and we never closed above it, right? And we have the CSS confirmation, right? We topped into this previous candle, this previous zone. And let's see if price is going to give us an entry, right? 30%. Stop loss here. Let's target this low right here, for example, right? So let's see how this is going to work. Alright, so this was a loser, right? And the reason why I think this is a loser, although it gave us like 1R, 1.2R, right? And I believe that this was the price already left without me. So this is something I have been backtesting, is that my targets are usually zones, right? Or lows. So once we liquidate these lows right here and top into a zone, so basically the probability of the trade of this setup will be reduced tremendously, right? And I have seen this happens a lot of times. So if I entered from here, we have something to target. If I entered from here, now I need to see price do another expansion to the downside rather than just hitting the low hanging fruit, right? This was a losing trade, so we are plus 2.5 R and then minus 1 R. So all right, so we are still up on the day and we are at 2 p.m. right? So let's try and find another setup. We are still inside this zone, right? Do we have a sweep right here? On the 1 minute we don't have. On the 3 minute also we don't have that. On the 5 minute we have a sweep, but let's say if we're going to close below this one, now we need to close below this one. All right, we do have that here. So let's place our order, right? All right, so I don't like this, as you can see. What do we have right here? Price liquidated this low, just like in the previous example where we took a loss. So our target has been met, and we also hit a zone to the left. So now this is not very high probability, and we are rejecting from this. So we are not closing below this one. If you close below this one, price can still come back to here and then maybe trade lower, but this is not really a high probability. And we might take this setup instead, right? We might take the pullback into here, right? So this is a whole range from this to here, and price might pull back into these zones right here. So let's see what's going to happen. Let's go to the 1 minute. On the 1 minute, all right, we do have that model right here. We have that pattern, and it is aligned with the higher time frame. So we are looking for a pullback on the higher time frame. All right, so let's see if we're gonna get an entry. Let's put it at the start, maybe, because price already traded above. I'm not expecting a deeper pullback. If it presents a pullback, which I'm not very sure about, so we're gonna target this unmitigated 5 minute candle, all right, for 2.2 R. So let's see. All right, so unfortunately no entry for us. All right, no entry was provided, although we have something right here that I didn't notice. So as you can see, the model was presented one more time inside this zone just above our entry, and here's the CSS confirmation here, and price left without us. So let's remove this one, and as you can see, the previous one has been a loser if we took it, and the red flag was this right here. If you took the trade, and let's say for example we took the trade right here and price was trading lower, our target maybe was something like this, something here, and you see this happens, you better get out of that trade, right? You better get out of that trade, because now the model is happening in the opposite way and you're gonna get liquidated, right? If we didn't take this trade, right, if we didn't enter from here, this is a sign that you really want to delete that limit order, right? So this is a missed setup. This is also a missed setup we didn't see, right? So let's continue. We might get an entry or a setup inside this zone right here. Let's see. This is the previous CSS. Rejecting from the 30% of it, right? Looks like that we have something right here to work with. This is not a sweep on the 1 minute. We have a zone. Let's go on the 3 minute. Okay, nothing. Alright, you don't have anything. Alright, check this out. We have a sweep right here. On the 1 minute we have this. And I'm sorry, this is a 2 minute. We closed below this one. This is a good sign, right? Let's see if we're gonna get an entry. So as you can see here, I'm not very sure about this trade. Why is that? We liquidated all these lows, this one and this one. We returned back inside this zone. So we tapped the zone, liquidated this low. Now this is not very high probable, right? Just like the previous examples. So it's better to remove this one too. Right. And price never tapped into our entry. Alright, so let's remove this anyway. I would like to see something like this, maybe sweeping this into our zone. So it looks like that we are rejecting heavily from this whole range right here. I believe we tapped into the 30%, maybe. Yeah, this is 30%. So let's follow price. Let's go to the 1 minute. So as you can see, I am trying to take only quality setups, right? Instead of taking everything. So here we have a zone. We have a sweep. Price might use this as support to trade to here, but as I told you, I don't like to trade pullbacks. Oh, look at this. The session has ended. So I believe this is the end of this video, right? An honest backtesting session. I'm not gonna cherry pick the sessions and take 10 winners, 1 loser. This is how I trade. This is my strategy, real stats, right? And it wasn't like a bad day, right? We missed a few setups, right? But if you are trading live, you will be more focused and you won't miss, like, for example, this setup right here, or maybe this one right here, right? You won't miss this kind of setups. So if you have any questions, send me on my Twitter account or leave a comment down below and I will answer you as soon as I can.